Sweet smells and sounds of pancake batter blind the boys' eyes and ears to the bitter buzz of battles just below the stairs. Slow and steady, a favourite aunt whisks and whips the breakfast mix, telling tales of sticks and stones and broken bones while scars of skin and heart heal over. Families torn apart and ripped asunder. All this pain fell neatly under the guise of new lives, new starts and new chances. Young boy with his bigger brother live in ignorance of absence of father and mother until dad comes back and just like that, young boy and brother leave home for another. Chopping and changing, life rearranging, all things seem settled and safe. Life is not as it had been, but for young boy all is as it seems as school begins. And with the beginning of school comes too the beginning of winning, not of gains or gold, but respect and reverence, never hurtful or bold, all jokes told with a preference to uplift and upstage and cite laughs over age. Because while class clowns clown around deep down, they don't mean harm, just to cause alarm, to start and give heart to hazy history classes with their stupid I taught gases. Young boy shared his hopeful heart and PVO attitude with classmates and teachers and anyone who he felt needed a break. He shared love and light for others' sake. Well-known young boy's throne was one of care and compassion, rationing his time between baby brothers and their demons and all the reasons baby brothers sought to give up and give in. And to all the others to whom he'd become a pillar of understanding, and to all the others to whom he'd become a figure of a bigger brother. Inside school and now his name would come about in times of trouble and doubt. Mentor, leader, helper, healer, doing all he could to do good by the little ones. The little ones. Those lost little ones whose futures were shrouded in gangs and in guns. The lost little ones who he knew he could save, or at least get to behave, on behalf of teachers, preachers, and any other unrelatable, unapproachable apparition of authority. His sensibility was that of an older boy, his heart of a longer life with deeper struggles and harder strife. But our boy had little time to wait, before he'd be older, before he'd catch up to the head on his shoulders. Alongside pure intention, it's only fair to mention our young boy just loved the attention. The spotlight was his happy place, a sweet smile plastered across his face. As he take the limelight and when the time's right, drop the punchline or announce the winner, keep the audience upline and sinker. A sucker for stardom, the pitch was also his playground, and being the best around, he found himself the grounds to inspire, reach higher, ignite his inner fire. Farouq, for Barton Hoige, development of youth, outreach to breach the cynical cycles of soon-to-be sons of the street, replace the empty can for a ball at his feet, the whole world rests beneath this sheeted sword of excellence. Farouq, for Barton Hoige, development of youth, develops not only knowledge but an understanding of truth, the root of young boy's growth and soon-to-be glory. And as he grows in height, he grows in heart, he grows a story. And as young boy's body stretches and strains, he switches and trains off the pitch. Because it's all about the court and it's everything to do with glory, legacy, aspire to inspire. The higher he climbs, the higher he feels, but it's not just for him. It's about making it real, making it a dream, not a fantasy, making it a goal, not a wish. Young boy breaks ball and boundaries for the kids. Black basketball is shipped over from the States, while young boy and his mates fight to represent the black ballers of Ireland's present, and to fight the stigma of working class cultures and shield the little ones from those street tug vultures. And when he's retired, his number desired, number 14, driving the team for glory, for victory, for themselves, for each other, for his father and mother. For the love of the game, remember this name. For the love of the game, remember his name. For the love of the game, go out and fulfill your own expectations. Celebrations and nominations for MVP come thick and fast, as young boy bags the bronze, silver and gold. The story will forevermore be told of how in that All-Ireland final, number 14 led the winning team and cemented the dreams of every young black boy in the stands. The crowd awash with blue, but the mood contrasted fans. Back at home, all things family happy and whole. Baby brother show signs of spreading wings. Among other things, football is now their be and end all. But opportunities are few and far between on this tidy Isle of Green, and hopes of fame and fortune rest solely on the other team. The big leagues are in Britain, and for all the power with them, the boys must follow their dream. Mother makes a decision with pure maternal precision and divides her family once more. Young boy must stay with father, because young boy still has college to explore. Just for a year or so. He'll miss them when now is not his time to go. Young boy stays in anger while baby brothers can stay no longer. Young boy walks into silence, tears in his eyes and the longing for the life just lost. Still young boy walks, head held high with PVO and a slight smile still clearly on show. Again bigger brother and now baby brothers leave home for another. But right before bigger brother bounces, bigger brother breaks his bonds and falls foul of childhood friends. In and out, back and forth, in and out, a scream, a shout, voice raised, car ablaze, bigger brother bounces. Our boy left the fences without his brothers. The damage is long done, but still our young boy is smothered, swaddled in the aftermath of rivalry. Where is he? The questions come and the answers stall. This time young boy can do nothing at all but hope for healing time to come quick. And then a brick crashes into mother's memory, her car parked steadfast, going nowhere now. Wary, young boy checks the crime scene as time seems to slow. Father on his rounds, nobody around, just the softest sounds of tires skidding in the distance. The intense attacks on home continue with father's car next on the list. Breadwinner just lost his means of feeding family and feeling worthy of paternal power. The only clue left is a pot once home for flowers, now home to hatred and fear. Yet again there's no one there. As young boy tries to rest his weary head, a smash of shattering glass lifts him from his bed. This time closer, louder, the powdered glass makes his sitting room floor sting. As the night wind whips and the suspect slips away. 2 minutes later, Dad comes back, just missing the attack by 120 seconds. The vandalism soon beckons, beak-nosed neighbours all keeping receipts. Soon stories of the wreckage reach the wrong recipients. Brown envelopes incarnate the embodiment of bureaucracy bring more bad news. Notice of eviction, now our victims face conviction if their house, their home is not vacated under the terms stated in their brown enveloped end. Young boy pretends, or believes, with his worldview so sheltered, so naive, that time will surely heal. Time and endless waking nightmare, his own personal hell. A hotel, the council offices offering to the newly homeless inhabitants of the system. Father and son share a single room in scenic nowhere, a single room with a double bed to share. Our young boy takes the floor out of pride, a show of his stronger side, a tread that runs true to his core. Always striving for more, young boy sets to work, tapping away at his keyboard, looking for a place to once more call home. Positivity and naivety run hand in hand as he scans for somewhere suited. Meanwhile, the pride that resides in his heart spreads to his head, a cover story for a situation deployed. As our young boy grows ever more annoyed and frustrated, the search was proven tougher than anticipated. Days turn to weeks when he meets another victim of the system, whose year anniversary was rapidly approaching. From nowhere to nowhere, much better. Father and son move from Hotel 1 to Hotel 2. Not so much a room with a view, but 2 beds at least, somewhere for our boy to rest his head. Home was no longer a physical building but a manifestation of love, and tried as he could to hold on to, and though he tried and thought he could, our young boy could not hold on to the good. PVO was a world away, and with that brought his darkest days. As hopelessness swells and fear infests, young boy has so far tried his best to keep everything under lock and key, to be as strong as he was known to be. But a burden this big was too heavy to bear, so young boy swallowed his pride and decided to share. A few friends were let in, their support a blessing, but as for resolution, our young boy still left guessing. His worries and doubts spurt out in the form of late-night phone calls and texts to what can only be the best of a bad year. His girl he knew would always be there. His worries whisked away by wistful words of wisdom. He couldn't hide his heartbreak from her, and he didn't want it anymore. And he didn't have to. Not for much longer. Because with her help, young boy grew stronger. And soon that dark cloud lifted. The cloud that had been there since the word evicted. A Snapchat message in all capital letters signified the start of things getting better. Baby brother broke the news of an apartment in Ongar. Ongar. A 5-letter word that to him meant home. A 5-letter word that meant he was back for his throne. Sleepless after tossing and turning, terror and turmoil, sleepless nights and life lesson learning. Young boy had gone and grown. Young boy was now young man. All 6'6" aglow, he pinches his face just so he knows that this isn't a dream. The key turns in the lock to apartment number 14. Young man and old father, tired from their tirade, sleep peacefully. In a house. Their house. Their home. Their home. Thank you.